The turtles rushed to the museum Donnie's computer had alerted them to mere minutes ago using the turtle tank, only arriving as the culprits were making their escape. Immediately upon seeing the Foot Clan's top members, now cured of their crankification, the turtles then noticed in their possession what looked to be an ornate artifact, a staff of otherworldly origin. Is that the time scepter that Barry told us about? The thing that's supposed to bend space-time like taffy? Mikey gasped. Unfortunately, yes it is, Donnie confirmed, typing furiously on his HUD console. Fortunately though, they have yet to escape with it. Serious point though, who exactly thought placing the incredibly dangerous reality-altering artifacts in New York's least secure museum was a good idea?
So, you know of it, Turtles,
the Foot Lieutenant sneered, confident in his dominance.
Then, perhaps you also surmised how we plan to use its power.
Once we erase you loathsome turtles from existence, the Foot Clan will finally destroy this world with the power of the Shredder.
The Foot Brute boasted.
It will be glorious!
Mikey felt his heart drop. Even after being betrayed by both Shredder and the Krang, they were both still blindly loyal to the monsters that hurt them.
They're insane.
They haven't learned a damn thing! Mikey hissed in his mind.
Focus, Mikey, it's go time!
Raph roared as he charged up his power fist, looking to take the Brute head on.
We can't let these guys escape with the scepter!
The Brute, much faster than Raph expected, easily countered the attack, chuckling in a low growl. Donnie drew up his bow staff's rocket, swinging it at the back of the Foot Brute's head, while Leo engaged the Foot Lieutenant's spears, katana in hand. A yelp from Raph, holding his head in pain and frustration, allowed the Foot Leaders a glimpse of the newly metallic arm and eye patch that were now grafted onto the turtle's body.
Looks like you couldn't handle Lord Krang's power either,
the Brute mocked.
How pitiful.
Mikey glared at the Brute, as Leo managed to parry against the Foot Lieutenant's relentless spear attacks.
We should thank you for giving us the key. Too bad you can't stop the invasion, however,
the lieutenant remarked coldly as he punched Leo in the gut and sent him flying backward into another exhibit casing, glass shattering on impact.
Leo!
Raph and Donnie shouted in unison as Mikey let out a scream of horror. As the two tried to rush over, the duo were unable to defend against a vicious blow from the Brute, similarly hurling them into the wall with a thunderous crash. But Mikey, amidst the carnage, stood there feeling numb and cold, staring at the 2 Foot Leaders as they cackled at their opponent's hesitation. In his mind, Mikey silently cursed himself. So much pain at the hands of the Foot Clan, and for what? It felt like a sick joke, as rage began to simmer and boil within the turtle's very being.
It's their fault,
Mikey muttered under his breath.
It's their fault we suffered, and they don't even care. Not even about their own suffering.
The air around Mikey seemed to ebb and warp, like the heat waves off of a hot car engine in the midday sun.
They're mocking us. We suffered for their choices.
Mikey's fury grew with each strained word and breath.
And they don't care. My brothers are suffering and they could care less.
As Mikey opened his eyes forward, they appeared to glow with an intensity unlike that of a hot furnace.
I hate them.
Mikey screamed at no one but the air before him.
I hate them. I hate them.
Donnie's sensor array detected a massive temperature spike nearby that was only getting more intense with time. It was like being near an active volcano. What's going on? The temperature just shot up 300 degrees. Energy readings are off the charts. There was a sudden burst of speed that rushed past him. As Donnie pinpointed the source of the spike, the Foot Lieutenant ready to punch to strike a helpless Leo. However, in a split second, the lieutenant's arm was severed from his shoulder, the pain yet to reach the cognition of the hapless Foot Clan leader. The Foot Lieutenant began howling in pain all at once, clutching his now missing appendage and finding nothing. The Brute, confused and unaware, began wildly whipping at the air around him, attempting to catch whatever had attacked his comrade. It came fast. Too fast. like getting hit by a meteor. Donnie, however, using his instruments, was able to identify the attacker. It was Mikey. Moving so fast, he seemed like a blazing bolt of living fire. Mikey's shell had burst into white and pale gold flames. The ties on the back of his mask now flickering like fire in kind. His eyes glowing and twisted with hatred as he continued to smash through every hard surface he rocketed into, leaving burning trails behind. "Mikey! Stop! You're gonna kill them!" he shouted as he jumped back from the 2 foot leaders coming down hard in front of him. Mikey ignored him, continuing his rampage.
Shut up!
Mikey screamed as hot tears flowed down his face, slamming into various glass displays, shattering them seconds after he had contacted, like they were on a time delay.
All of you will burn!
"Mikey, please stop. You need to calm down." Leo, desperate to reach his brother, cried out. "Listen to me, Mikey. It's Leo. Please stop." Donnie began to further panic. Guys, this is critically bad news. Mikey's gone fully ballistic." Donnie felt the sweat drip down his forehead from the residual heat. If he keeps this up, Mikey's going to go supernova.
They're laughing at you.
Mikey snarled.
They laugh at our pain, our failures, our grief. They have the gall to laugh at our despair.
He repeatedly slammed the floor with his fists, leaving smoking craters in his wake. "Mikey!" Leo, walking with his hands out, attempted to calm his brother down. "Just breathe. It's going to be okay."
It's not okay. It'll never be okay. None of you are okay.
The Foot Clan leaders, beaten and battered on the sidelines, seeing no reason to continue fighting, hesitate on whether to grab the scepter while their foes are distracted.
Leave it, brother. We need to regroup. No point losing our lives here to that thing.
The Brute, puzzled as to his comrade's hesitation, reluctantly agreed, and the duo escaped empty-handed. Donnie, upon retrieving the nearly pilfered artifact, breathed a sigh of relief, placing it back in its display case. Mikey, finally managing to find reason, fell to his knees, the intensity of his fire dulling to an ember. Raph, stoic yet firm, watched as their opponents fled through the ceiling skylight and into the city's nightscape. The ethereal flames consuming Michelangelo were still burning, but responding to his hesitation, the white glowing pool softened into saddened eyes full of hurt and regret. "Are you okay?" Leo asked softly, placing his hand on Mikey's shoulder with concern. Mikey just burst into tears as the flames finally snuffed out, hugging Leo tightly and burying his face into Leo's chest. "I'm sorry. Everyone is hurting and I just wanted to help you. I need to."
But who's been helping you?
Raph asked, picking them up as Donnie gripped each of their hands, and Mikey's face was held in Leo's. At this revelation, Mikey couldn't find the words.
Come on now. We can save the explanations for later. We gotta go.
Raph muttered, stroking Mikey's shell as Donnie and Leo hugged him tightly. "It's just a new normal, Michael. We'll get used to it," Donnie reassured Mikey. "And then it'll feel better." Mikey broke down sobbing until he passed out. Lifting Mikey onto his shoulders, Raph and his brothers carried the tuckered turtle home for a long rest. But not before making an anonymous call to the NYPD, reporting a break-in.